Autism and gluten. Can a gluten-free diet actually help you? Hey guys, welcome back to the Ask Me world. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos all about this kind of stuff. So if you're new around here and you'd like to learn more about this subject, make sure to hit that subscribe button by clicking the notification bell. And also, if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to give this page a follow. And if you're watching on Instagram, be sure to follow this account for more autism content. Whew, guys, what's going on? It is chilly. I put this hoodie on because I'm so cold. It's like freezing here in the UK. I don't know what's going on. We feel like Snowmageddon or something. It's crazy. Anyway, about that, I wanted to just talk about autism and gluten because there's a lot of controversy and there's a lot of conversation about it, and I wanted to kind of really just try and talk about it, hash it out and see what's what. So the question is really, can gluten-free really help with autism and help people, with an autism spectrum disorder? Now, as a common knowledge-based idea, lots of people recommend going gluten-free when you're on the autism spectrum, right? And a lot of people are like, well, why would they do that? So in terms of reasons for this, there's a kind of mixed response, okay? So the first you might hear is kind of like a fantasy or a misconception that gluten-free can cure autism, which is the biggest load of rubbish I've ever heard in my life. There is no such thing as a cure for autism, and especially not from cutting out gluten from your diet. It's just not going to happen. It's not a thing that happens, so yeah, that's not real. But the other thing is that, the other reason that people do it is because people on the autism spectrum have GI disorders, which is gastrointestinal disorders like IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. Now, keeping this in mind, it is found that gluten may irritate gastrointestinal conditions more so than if you didn't include it in your diet. So basically, if you think about how, gluten is kind of like this spiky kind of stuff that appears in things like bread, and because it's a way of forming structure in bread, and it's in everything, and it happens as it's a byproduct of the production of bread in certain formats, well, the traditional format of production of bread, and that's basically it. But there's gluten in all kinds of stuff now because we make so many things in the same process. But saying that, I'm yet to come across an autistic person who doesn't have a GI disorder like IBS or some other kind of, gastrointestinal issue. Guys, if you know what I'm talking about, if you have a GI disorder or an IBS disorder and you're on the autism spectrum, pop me a comment down below and say, I get it, Dan, I totally understand what you're saying, because this is the key to kind of like where we're going with this. So I have tried eating gluten-free food versus non-gluten-free food. The only difference that I found with gluten-free food versus non-gluten-free food is that it made me feel thinner. I don't know if that's a real word to say, but like normally when I'm eating, I get quite bloated when I eat, after I eat, because of IBS and things like that. But when I'm eating gluten-free stuff, I don't get as bloated. Now, is this a mind over matter thing? Or is it just that's how it goes, right? I am gonna be doing a video where I go gluten-free for like a week or 5 days to kind of give it a full test. But in general, I wanted to clear up the kind of myths around this. So a lot of people think that cutting gluten out of your diet if you're autistic is gonna make you magically I don't know, be cured from autism, whatever the heck that means. But as well, a lot of people think that going gluten-free can help calm you down if you have ADHD. Now, I'll tell you this, I have ADHD and I have had gluten-free food, and I'm a vegan, so a lot of the food is gluten-free, and a lot of the time you're just eating fruit and veg, so, they don't have gluten in them anyway. And, nothing calms me down, like nothing. If you eat gluten-free, it's still carbohydrate, it's still sugar that enters your body, and you're still going to be hyperactive. So, can gluten actually do anything miraculously wise? No, not at all. There's no actual real benefit from it. The only real thing I can think about is if you are a celiac, which means that you have celiac disease or you're allergic to gluten basically, then obviously cutting out gluten from your diet is going to make you so much more healthier, because you're not going to be affected by this thing that's causing you pain or distress. But in terms of, can this help cure autism? No, it's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But can it help you with your GI issues? Well, maybe I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for a week, I think, to try it out, just to see if autism, GI disorders are kind of like linked to gluten at all, because I know that, I don't know what it is, but like gut issues with people on the autism spectrum is really common. So I want to test out like just cutting out gluten for at least 5 days and seeing if I get any like positive results from doing that. And you guys have to hit that subscribe button so you're along for the journey with me. and we'll see how it goes. But in terms of that, have you tried gluten-free diets? What is your story on it? Pop it in a comment down below. I'd love to hear your stories on this, because I'm just one guy and you guys are everybody. So please pop it in a comment down below. I read every single one and I'd love to have a discussion with you. Also guys, if you think this video is fun, please share it on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next video guys. Peace.